So we are going to do multiple things in this unit, but they're all kind of tied together, related. Like, it's all over the place. If you look through the packet, it may look drastically different from beginning to end, and that's fine. There is a lot of pictures. We don't have to read much. Actually, the entire thing is going to be all graphs. So there's a couple pages in the middle where we solve inequalities, but we're also going to graph them. So, okay, page 1. Alex, we are starting. You're having a hard time transitioning. Okay, the first picture up there, because I know this may look kind of confusing if you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to do type thing. The first picture is filled in and done for you. It is a graph of somebody eating popcorn. So on the left-hand side, when time is 0, so like time is just beginning, the popcorn tub is full, which is why the line is at the top. Now the flat line means that nobody is eating anything for the first little bit, because the level of popcorn is still the same. And then as soon as somebody starts eating, well, it starts going down slowly. And then, I don't know, maybe they needed a drink or something because they stopped eating. So then the line was flat for a little bit. And then multiple people started eating out of it, and so the line went down faster. So that's like the amount of popcorn in the bucket, right? And then they got full. And so they stopped eating, and so there's like a third of a bucket left. I mean, that's frequently what happens at the movie theater. Is you eat, maybe, or okay, not everybody. I realize some people are kind of popcorn nuts, so like multiple tubs of popcorn, sure. But that's what that graph is showing us. The lines represent different things. If we look at problem 2, we're going to draw the situation that it says on the right. That's what we're doing. Okay, Taylor, we need our first volunteer. 5. Oh, this doesn't work as well now. I got to try to figure out what 5 I want. 2 numbers. Both numbers between 1 and 6. 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up to the board. Is there somebody you want to bring with you? Sounds good. We call that an emotional support person. There is also Rexy on the side of the board if we need some more. Okay, good. Let's pick up the marker. It says hot water is put into the kettle. So where is this graph going to start? Well, that would mean that would be low temperature at the beginning. So hot water would be at the top. So let's put a dot where it says high beginning. Yep, good. Now, on the right-hand side, it says water just sits there and cools off. What would happen to the temperature as the water sits there cooling off? Okay, good. So let's draw a line doing that. Well, true. You did what I said. I should have said better. The problem with you drawing the line straight down is that time has not moved on. So we have to continually move to the right. So have a line going downwards to the right. Sure, works. Good enough. All right, thanks. Here, Sebastian. Okay, then it says water stays at a constant temperature. How would that look on a picture? Perfectly flat, but it has to go to the right. So draw a flat line to the right. Yeah, yep, exactly. Okay, then it says the stovetop is turned on and heats up the water. Perfect. Done. Nice job. Well, that was a very good artistic representation as well. So this is what we're starting with. We're starting with how it would look on a graph. Now, you get to pick the next person. And if you want to just give me numbers, that works too. Or I can give you the dice and we can roll, whatever. Anybody you want to bring up?
You can come up with me.
Okay, sounds good. They don't have a choice, no. The emotional support person does not get a choice. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you want some assistance on this, or do you feel like you just, oh, look at you. Can I stop you and ask questions?
So it said like,
Says
they
you.
started walking slowly,
Okay, good.
and then they stopped.
Wait, let's pause though. Where did you draw the line? Well, you erased it.
I did, I know I did.
Oh, well, why did we draw the line up there?
Because
What does that up there mean?
that they're far away from the beginning.
So if you just start walking, where should you be?
Should we go on towards the end?
Let's erase it. Right, erase it. So if you are just starting walking, you are going to actually be at the corner of the graph because you haven't gone anywhere yet. Yeah, good. Okay, now you're right. Walk slowly means the line is going to go up very slow. So kind of a not very steep up. Sure, good enough. Stopped for a bit. Nice, flat line. Yep, good, 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 good. Oh, started to run. Nice, all right. Stopped for a bit. Jogged all the way back. Whoa, what? What?
All the way back.
Perfect. Now, your graph is actually perfect. It's just way too compressed.
Okay.
You drew it perfectly. If it could be slightly better, the only thing would be that this first line should be flatter than the second line because the first one was walking and then running. Otherwise, that was an excellent job representing it. Let's see if I can stretch it. Yeah. Look at that. Perfect graph. Oh, did I just erase everybody else's graphs? Oh, you could have left them. Now, the only reason I wanted the graph to end at the end was because on the bottom there it says beginning, middle, end. So if they're done walking, that's where you should finish. And if they finished walking in the middle, what would happen? Let's call in the next person. Yeah, definitely. Alex, let's say this line didn't go to the bottom. Let's say this line ended up like right here. What would that mean and what would happen? If they stop walking at the end, in the middle,
Don't make it back.
they're going to have to call for an Uber or something, yes. Like maybe they got injured, I don't know. Maybe this person's in a car and their car broke down like mine. Yeah, this particular situation, we kind of have to end up at the bottom just because of what it represents. Okay, very good though. Okay, last one. Oh, are you picking?
Don't pick me.
She kind of already went up there though.
Yeah.
But she didn't do anything.
Pick someone.
Just give me a couple numbers. Or I can give you dice.
6. Oh, Alan wants to go, I guess.
He's taking a test.
Oh, go. 6 and 3.
6, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Put you up. You got this? Do you want somebody to come up with you? Okay. Look at that confidence. The race car stands still at first. Yep. So if the car's not moving, what would that look like? Yep. Perfect. Okay. The race starts and it speeds up. Yeah, see, on a real race, you probably would go straight to the top. Let's just pretend. Oh, actually, the third line says it gets to maximum speed. So, hey, go straight to the top. Perfect. And then it crashes into a wall. What would that look like? It would go almost straight down. I mean, technically it would go straight down depending on the wall it hits, but hey, like chances are it's going to bounce off the wall and keep moving a little bit. Done. Perfect. But basically you hit something, it's going to slow down real fast. Nice job. Jaden, we got to wake you up. Well, you are now. Come on up. We are going to work on these together. I will provide you some assistance if you want assistance. I feel like you've got this.
I'd like to bring back.
Okay. Emotional support person being requested. Make sure to pet Rexy. What? How rude is that? You're going to hurt his feelings badly.
Right now.
Wow.
Pet it.
He provides emotional support all day long, every day. And you're just rude to him. Jaden, I was trying to stall for you. Do you want
Pretty sure it's that one.
Okay, how come we think it's B?
Because they're alternating between walking and running.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Basically, the speed goes up and down and up and down. Okay, good. You gotta write stuff.
Oh.
I don't know how we want to write this. Let's put B next to the first statement. Yeah. Okay, person gradually speeds up to a constant running pace. Okay, how come we think A?
Because it goes up and then.
Stays at the same speed, yes. Okay, good. Person walks, speeds up to a run, slows back down to a walk. Perfect. Now, these graphs aren't exactly what's being described. You're just trying to fit the one that best fits the situation. Now, do you guys want help, or absolutely ask away questions if you have any questions as we're doing this? Okay. Jaden, anyone you want to pick, or should I pick? Should I just pick the next tired-looking person?
Did Alex already go?
Yeah, he did. Way to pay attention. We've only had like 4 people up there.
Well, Beckett.
He definitely walked up there with you.
No, he should go again. He should go again.
No, not if you didn't go again.
Maybe even Beckett should go.
Hey, if somebody's providing assistance to you, I feel like we don't want to put them in double jeopardy here. It's like being tried for the same crime twice. Gavin? All right, Gavin. Come on up. So, what we are trying to do is identify which one of those 3 pictures fits the situation the best. So it says a flag is raised up a flagpole quickly at the beginning and then slowly towards the top. Which one of those graphs goes up quickly and then tapers off? C? Because otherwise I can't really tell what you're pointing.
C.
Okay, then let's write C next to that statement. What? Is that the one we just read? Oh, that's what you were asking, is which one to put it next to?
Yeah.
Okay. A flag is raised up a flagpole in a jerky motion using a hand-over-hand method, so like basically normal. Which one of those, which graph looks like a jerky method? Okay, I would agree. Are you putting B just because it's the only one left?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It is B because it says it's going up at a constant rate of speed, so that's a flat line, so that's constant. Perfect. Good. So far, these are the types of test questions you will get at the beginning of your test on this unit. In my opinion, these are usually like the free points on a test. But if you're having trouble diagnosing what a graph shows, then I want to be able to help you with it. So I'm okay if you don't want to ask for help in front of everybody, but if you're having trouble with any of these first 2 pages, make sure you come up and get help from me when we have a chance. Now we're on to a new topic. Oh boy. Oh, this is a lot of info. I know you guys have seen a table before. I know you've seen a graph before. Have you ever seen the third item before?
Yeah.
You have? Did you guys do this last year for algebra?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, because I have a feeling some algebra classes did and some didn't. Okay, good. The third one is called mapping, but it shows the same information. So like if I'm looking at this table, the 1 has an answer of 5. The 1 has an answer of 5. On a graph, the 1 has an answer of 5. So it is 100% the same information being showed 3 different ways. Now, this mapping one isn't what a normal mapping one looks like. This one kind of looks like a table because the numbers are just in order like the table. Normal mapping ones, the arrows can point to any of the numbers on the right. So it's not always going to look like an arrow just going flat like it currently is. Mappings can look like anything. Tables can't. Tables always have to look like this. And graphs, you're used to graphs. Domain. Does anybody remember hearing this word? Yeah? What do we got, Isaac? Oh, you just remember hearing it. Got you. So domain is going to be all the numbers that you start with, or the x's. Domain will always be the x's or the beginning information. Anakin, on this particular one, what is the domain? All 3 of them have the same info. What would the domain be for this problem?
1.
And?
Oh, you want me to read them all?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the x's. What the heck? On a graph, the x's are the bottom. On a mapping, the x's are the left. So the way we write this is we write that funny squiggle. Here's how I draw the squiggle. Let's pretend we are in 2nd grade art class. Did they have you guys draw seagulls kind of like this?
No. What is that?
A seagull.
I-
That is a seagull
No.
from viewed far away.
No, I don't see it.
No, they used to.
What?
Wait, no, they used to make us do like just 2 lines.
Yeah, you just do a V.
2 lines.
So
A
like
V.
upside down. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
do a V.
Lame.
Okay.
Apparently back then we were more talented than you guys in
I
second
don't
grade.
know if you were.
Okay, well, the reason I'm showing that is that's actually how this is called a brace.
Those are the bad.
Most of you just try to draw it as a squiggle. This is the seagull drawn sideways. Unfortunately, your generation knows it as the symbol above the bracket on the keyboard.
So now,
It's the fancy bracket. This is the symbol for the posh people. Okay, moving a column. David, let's go with you. We just did the domain, which was the x's. Now the range would be what? The y's. Perfect. I mean, logically that makes sense. The y's. So the second piece of information, or the answers, would be the y values. On a graph, the y values are all of the heights. Basilio, how would I write this answer? Should I write 5, 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
No? How should I write it? Probably.
1, 2, 3, next to 1, middle 1.
Okay. Why were you answering for me,
Kevin, God.
Alex?
I agree, Alex.
Ask for your opinion.
It's not, I'm not going to mark it wrong if you write 5, 3, 2, 1. But I want you to kind of learn the correct way, so usually it will be in order. But I will not mark it wrong if you put 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now here's a difficult question since you probably don't remember this answer at all. Is this a function?
No.
Does anybody remember what a function is? That's kind of what I was assuming. And that's okay if you don't. Let's write down the definition of a function down here. And I'm going to give you a generic definition because then it fits any type of picture. Well, strangely enough, I can't write from the side. And yes, I will move in a minute. I want to make sure you have a good definition. Okay, there we go. I know I was in the way the whole time. Shoot, you needed to take the test too, didn't you? Why didn't you say anything? I mean, you don't have to, but a 0 is a lot worse than just trying it. So, I don't know. I mean, most people try it. Okay, so a function is when every input, or x value, has only one output or y value. Most of the time, you're going to figure out if something is not a function. That's easier to look for. It's actually kind of hard to look to see if something is a function. It's much easier to look if something is not. So what's written in blue is what we're actually going to look for. So as we are looking at the information on the top of the page, do any of those x values have two different answers? Like, does it say the x value of 2? Does it have an answer of 4 and 3? No, the x value of 2 has only one answer. So this is a function because every single input has only one answer associated with it. And so we would say yes because of that. When we look at the page next, it's much easier to look for no answers than it is yeses. Because I think some of you, this isn't going to make any sense when I say it is a function. It's easier to figure out when it is not. So this whole page is all pictures and graphs. Do you guys remember hearing something called the vertical line test?
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
Vertical line test, most people use their finger or a pencil as a vertical line. And if you're looking at a picture and the graph hits a vertical line more than one time, it is not a function. So on this picture, wait, you know what? Let me just draw a vertical line. Let's be smart. Sometimes we can be smart. Vertical line. So as I move this along the picture, is it going to hit twice anytime? Oop, right here. Right there, that vertical line hits twice. Right here. Yep. Somehow it's blue. As soon as it hits twice, it is no longer a function. So this is not a function. If I take that vertical line and I move it along and I never hit twice, like this example, everywhere I put that vertical line, it only hits one time along the way. Then this is a function. Are we feeling probably pretty good on that idea? Let's see. Why don't you guys finish the rest of this page in the next 5 minutes or so? My guess is it'll go pretty quick. Try to finish this page in the next 5 minutes or so. And if you need to take your pen and move it along the piece of paper, do that. If you need to take your finger, do that. A lot of you can just look and figure out if there's anything above itself, especially because it's lined graphs. Yes, sir. I think today is a full normal day. Correct? Okay. Seems like there's so much stuff going on, it's hard to ever know. Hi.
Confused in this one because, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like it is a function, but like.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's very close. It actually is not going to be, by barely. Mm.
Yeah, why is my picture like that?
What are we looking at?
My school picture. Okay, anyway.
That's your scoop. That's horrible.
Yeah, to me. It's probably better than all my other years. Every other picture, like they would like make me look, and then my neck would go like center.
Oh,
It was,
I don't know if I've seen so many school pictures at this point, it's hard to look a bad one. If I draw very carefully on this one, you're right, this one's kind of tricky. If I draw a straight line right there, it hits twice, barely.
so I wouldn't be there.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, I'm guessing a lot of you are somewhat done. I want your opinion before we decide how fast to go this week. Okay, we'll have everybody's opinion but Alex.
Yeah.
You can't offer an opinion before you hear the choices for one. So next Tuesday is election day.
So we don't have school?
You guys do not have school, correct? They close the schools so that they can basically let all the adults in the building without having to check them all and like scan them in. Because otherwise they have to treat them kind of like visitors or something, you know. Like if your parents aren't really allowed to come into school for the most part unless they have a meeting, and then they have to go through the security desk. So for election day, they just decide not to have kids in school to make everything that much easier so people don't feel, what would be the right word? They don't want people to have a negative feeling associated with voting, right? Like, they don't want you to have to wait forever to be security checked to get in, and so that kind of feels like you're being, rights are being infringed a little bit almost. The reason I bring this up, our test is either going to land on that Monday or Wednesday. Okay,
Why would you ask for
it's true. Actually, now that I'm speaking out loud, I forgot that on that Tuesday, we have a workshop day. We do not have time to work. I was gonna say, I kinda wanted it on that Monday so that I could correct your tests Tuesday. But we don't have correcting time. All right, never mind, the test will be Wednesday. It won't benefit to take it Monday. I was basically just gonna ask you permission to give it Monday.
For this one, I'm getting first two. You think it'd be like yes.
I would agree.
But
It's kinda weird because it's got two pieces, but it never hits twice. Okay, are we at the point where I can write the answers I proved for you?
Yeah.
3. 3, I would say function. 4 is barely, but not a function.
Yeah.
Does anybody, you two can't sit by each other if you can't ever like separate.
She was talking to herself.
I'm still not changing what I say, yeah.
It'll be better.
Okay. Does anybody want me to explain number 4? Because on your paper, that picture is pretty tiny, and it may be difficult to see that it curves above itself slightly. Like it does, but just barely. If you want me to draw it, it would be right there and right there at the end. 5, definitely a function, probably the easiest one to pick, or to look at. 6 should be the easiest example of not a function, because it's basically double everywhere. This one's kind of a weird graph because it's got 2 pieces, but you never hit twice if you have a straight vertical line. So this one is a function. 8, again, has 2 pieces, but that's okay, they're not above each other. 9 is weird. What do we think of 9?
Not a function,
Not a function specifically because
because like that one line goes up.
the one line is straight up and down. It actually has a vertical line on it, and so clearly it has a lot of points above itself. So not a function. Now, I was trying to tell you at the beginning of the hour, this unit is like all over the place, okay? You're gonna have questions on the test that are exactly like what we've done today. And they should be the easiest ones for you in the unit. They should be your free points. But yet some of you have been on the Chromebook the whole hour. Some of you have been on your phone the whole hour. This is supposed to be the easiest part of the unit. And I'm okay with the fact that, like, some of you just, you don't click with math, right? Like you just don't like it. I'm not gonna take that personally. I'll do what I can to make you interactive and like, get in the class, but you also don't wanna hurt your own grades because you're just bored. So, try to work on that. I'm not gonna call you out individually, unless you're loud and disruptive.
Alex?
I'm not your parents. I'm not gonna tell you to put away your phone. You guys need to learn how to behave on your own. Okay, I would like to stop here because, well, we did a lot of stuff. And I feel like we made it through. There absolutely is no homework. We haven't even gotten to that point yet. I just wanted to teach you topics.